Feels like this season could finally be different, right? The schedule's looking way more favorable, the storylines are everywhere, and, for the first time in a while, it feels like this team actually has a real shot to surprise people. Browns fans have been through enough heartbreak to know not to celebrate too early. But you can definitely feel the excitement building right now. If you're riding with the Browns this season, smash that like button and drop a dog check in the comments if you're a real one. The Cleveland Browns are walking into the 2026 season with something this franchise almost never gets handed: a real advantage before the football is even played. While the NFL world waits for the full schedule release, several leaks and confirmed matchups are already painting a fascinating picture for Cleveland. And if you're a Browns fan, there's finally a reason to believe this season could unfold very differently from the chaos we watched a year ago. The biggest headline surrounding Cleveland right now is simple. The Browns officially have the easiest strength of schedule in the entire NFL based on opponent win percentage from last season. Their opponents combined for just a 42.9% winning percentage in 2025, making this the softest path any team in the league will have heading into the new year. That matters because this team went 5-12 last season, despite already having one of the easier schedules in football. Now somehow, it gets even easier. And when you really break down the details, you can understand why there's growing optimism around Berea. The Browns avoid international travel completely this year. There had been rumors floating around that Cleveland would face the Saints in Paris, but that game is now expected to belong to Pittsburgh instead. That means while division rivals are flying across the globe and dealing with disrupted routines, jet lag, and shorter prep weeks, the Browns stay home and keep things simple. That advantage becomes even bigger when you look at travel miles. Cleveland ranks near the very bottom of the NFL in total travel distance this season, meaning fewer exhausting road trips and far less wear on players throughout the year. It might sound small, but Browns fans know how thin the margins are in this league. One less exhausting flight, one more normal week of preparation, one healthier roster in December, that can change everything. Now look at the actual opponents. At home, Cleveland will host division rivals along with Houston, Atlanta, Carolina, Las Vegas, and Indianapolis. On the road, they'll travel to Jacksonville, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Tennessee, and both New York teams at MetLife Stadium. There are no brutal gauntlets stacked with elite contenders. There's no murderer's row like we've seen in previous years. Instead, this feels like the kind of schedule the NFL gives to a team it quietly expects to rebound. But here's where the conversation gets really interesting. The NFL may not even know yet how marketable this Browns team is going to become because nobody fully knows who the starting quarterback will be. There's still uncertainty surrounding Deshaun Watson, and the possibility of Shedeur Sanders entering the picture changes everything from a television standpoint. If Sanders somehow becomes the guy, Cleveland instantly becomes one of the league's most talked-about teams. That alone could influence whether the Browns finally return to prime time after having 0 true primetime games last season outside of the London matchup against Minnesota. And honestly, the NFL has several opportunities sitting right in front of them if they want to put Cleveland under the lights again. Browns versus Falcons suddenly has drama because Kevin Stefanski would be facing a division rival with Atlanta, now involved in major storylines. Browns versus Buccaneers would immediately become a television favorite because Baker Mayfield against Cleveland still grabs attention everywhere around the league. Then there's Browns versus Texans, which carries obvious Watson implications if he's healthy and starting. Even Ravens versus Browns has appeal, because the league loves AFC North football in standalone windows. What's funny is, despite all the criticism this franchise gets nationally, the Browns actually tend to deliver entertainment in prime time. Fans still remember that wild Monday night shootout against Denver when Jameis Winston turned the game into pure chaos and Jerry Jeudy exploded for huge numbers. Browns fans definitely remember the snow game against Pittsburgh, one of the most emotional wins the team had during that miserable stretch. And people absolutely remember Joe Flacco lighting up the Jets on Thursday Night Football when Cleveland dropped 37 points in one of the most shocking offensive performances the franchise had produced in years. There's another interesting rumor floating around the schedule release, too. One prediction gaining momentum is Cleveland opening the season against Baltimore in Week 1. ESPN Cleveland reportedly hinted that Browns at Ravens is a real possibility. If that happens, it would immediately throw Cleveland into the fire against the division favorite. But it would also signal that the NFL believes the Browns are relevant enough to headline opening weekend storylines. The challenge for Cleveland now is simple. The excuses are disappearing. The Browns have the easiest schedule in football, minimal travel, no international distractions, and several winnable matchups scattered across the season. On paper, this is the kind of setup teams dream about when trying to bounce back from a losing year. But Browns fans have seen paper advantages before. They've seen off-season optimism before. The real question is whether this roster can finally capitalize on an opportunity sitting right in front of them. Do you believe the Browns will finally take advantage of the easiest schedule in the NFL and get back into playoff contention this season? Or are you still worried this team could waste another golden opportunity? If you're excited about what's coming for the Cleveland Browns this season, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and turn those notifications on because all the biggest Browns updates are coming right here first. And don't leave yet. Click the video on your screen right now for more exclusive Browns coverage you won't want to miss.